So I was talking about the importance of feeling the first stop when you press the plunger and keeping your thumb there while you're feeling the first stop. Okay, and once you do that, then you can place the tip, micropipette tip, inside of the receiving container. So I guess the inside of the liquid that you're going to draw into the micropipette tip. So while your thumb is pressing it, stopping at the first resistance point, and place the tip, micropipette tip, inside the liquid. So how much deep should it go in? Not too deep, just enough for the tip to be able to draw in continuously the liquid into the tip. That's all you need. So maybe make it sure that maybe 1/3 of the tip should be below the liquid surface. That's how much a deep micropipette tip should be placed under the liquid. And then once the tip is inside the liquid, you're going to slowly release your plunger by releasing your thumb from there. Okay, so when you do that, you will see the vacuum will be pulled through your tip. It's going to draw in the liquid into the tip. So that draws in the accurate amount of volume you set up, because you stopped at the first resistance point. And when you release it, do it slowly. If you release it too fast, you will see the liquid get stuck into the micropipette barrel, then you get contamination. You don't want that. Slowly release that. Okay. Once you let your thumb go, and then the liquid will be drawn in to the set volume. Okay, that's the end of drawing, and then you can take your tip away by moving your micropipette, and then now you can place your micropipette tip with the liquid in it to the receiving container, wherever you want to transfer your liquid into. You move your micropipette tip there. Okay, once it's there, then you're going to again place your thumb again on the plunger button and slowly press it down. Okay, so when you press it, you will see the liquid is shoot out from your micropipette tip. Do it again slow. If you do it too fast, you can create a kind of error in your pipetting. So slowly press the plunger. So that will deliver the liquid into the receiving container from the pipette tip. In this case, you can press that after passing the first resisting point, because that's how you're going to make sure all the liquid should be dispensed out of micropipette tip. Okay, so after that, once all the liquid is gone from the tip, then you can eject the tip by pressing the ejector button. Okay, there's an ejector button on your micropipette tip. You can press that, and the tip will be falling off your micropipette barrel. So the tip should be placed in a there should be a disposal container on your bench. Place it in there. Okay. If the ejector button doesn't work, you can do that manually with the other hand that you're not holding micropipette. You can take the tip away. Hopefully it's a gloved hand, and you're going to place the tip in the disposal container. That's how you micropipette. Understand this and practice a few times, because your first lab will be on your micropipetting skills. Okay. So complete the micropipette batch record. So it should be again found from your course shell, and then it's going to ask you to set up a certain nominal volume of micropipetter that you're going to select, and then it's going to ask you to maybe pipette 10 times and ask you to measure out the weight of the measured volume, maybe liquid. And then once you determine the weight, it's going to ask you to maybe convert that weight back to the volume again. Okay, and it's going to ask you to calculate the percent accuracy of your micropipette. Okay, so basically you're going to check your set volume against your measured volume, and how accurate it is by comparing the error. Okay, so I want you to follow that batch record. So let me show you what the batch record looks like. So again, it looks like that. Again, your name, initial date, your partners, and you need to turn it in after you're done. So write down what micropipette you're using, what brand name it is, range it measures. You should be able to find the range from the micropipette, and based on the range, what will be the medium measurement of your micropipette, determine that, and then set your micropipette at the 10% range over the minimum measurement. Okay, what is that going to be? Let's say it's covering between let's say 100 and 1000. The medium would be what? Between 100 and 1000. Is it going to be 500? No, 400 or something, 450 or something like that. Okay, and then see if it's 10% over the minimum. So it's like 100 will be the minimum, 10% of the range. If the range is 900 microliter, okay, between 100 and 1000. Okay, if it's 10% over, so 10% of 900 is 90, right? So over the minimum would be what? Minimum is 100, so maybe 190, so something like that. So to follow that, and do the same thing for the maximum. Okay, and then it's asking you to obtain the balance. It's in the problem. I'm going to show you what it is. Okay, micropipette, and place a weighing dish on top of it. I'll show you what it is, and then set your micropipette to median value. So if it's between 100 and 900, what is the median value of that? You figure it out, and then pipette that volume of a micropipetter and weigh it by shooting that liquid on a weighing dish. Okay? Of course, your balance should be zeroed by pressing the tail button before you do this. Okay, measure out the weight, and you're going to repeat that 9 more times. So total 10 measurements you'll get. Okay, and you're going to repeat that again. So 10% over the minimum. Okay, so the medium volume you do that 10 times, and 10% of the minimum volume you do 10 times, and then 10% of the maximum volume 10 times. So total, I guess you need to make 30 measurements. Okay, of the weights. And then based on your measurements, you can determine the median volume. Okay, so by adding up all the measurements and dividing by 10, okay, what the average is for each volume you measured. Median, 10% over minimum, 10% over maximum. Okay, and then you're going to convert those weights back to volume by considering the density of your water. Okay, so the weight divided by the volume is the density. So use that to convert. Okay. You just have to multiply the density to your average, then you'll get that. Okay. So do that conversion, and then convert your volumes to microliter. So up to this, you may get it in maybe gram. So, okay, if you multiply density to your average volume, because you probably measured in grams, right? So how do you convert the gram in? So that you got that in milliliter, of course, because gram is similar to equivalent to milliliter. Okay, if you convert milliliter to microliter, what do you need to do? You multiply 1000. So to your milliliter volume, then you will convert your milliliter to 1000 microliter. Okay, once you have the microliter, and then calculate the percent accuracy. Okay, percent accuracy equation right here: volume measured minus set volume divided by set volume. Okay, times 100, or the percent accuracy. So you'll be able to calculate out percent accuracy for 3 volumes you measured. Okay, so that'll be the data for your first experiment. Okay, so fill it out and upload it in your assignment section. So I'll give you the points for this.